Great morning, great thriving Thursday. I'm Dr. JeNeen Ridgeway of Better Health Solutions. I'm going to be coming with a lot of information today. I doubt if I'm going to get this done in 20 minutes, but my goal is to get in and out in 25 to 30 minutes. And you might want to have a memo because I will not have the time to go into the comments and answer a lot of questions or remind you what I said or anything like that. So you might need to bring your pen and paper, jot down the names of these particular things that you might be interested in doing. And I will put together an email to send out with all the different options and details. That'll be sent out later this week. So if you're not part of my email newsletter, you can join that by going to my website, which is drjeneenridgeway.com. It's drjeneenridgeway.com. Okay. So let's go. Today we're going to talk about cleanses and purification. I feel like it's the perfect time of year to talk about that because I'm already getting so many questions. Do you have a good cleanse I can do? Well, I've got about 1 million cleanses you could do. Today I'm going to cover some of the things that I do in my practice. And there's so many different options. There is no one size fits all option for detoxification. Don't let anybody tell you that. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. There's a lot of different ways to get at it. You kind of have to look at who you are, what you're willing to do, how deep you want to go with it. So there's lots of different options. And I'm going to give you several of those today so that you can kind of think about it and see what might fit for you. Now, some of the things that I do every single day in my practice that I will not talk about today because it is more specific would be along the lines of finding the specific stressors in your body, specifically whether you have, metal toxicity, chemical toxicity, food sensitivities, things like that that's affecting you, immune challenges, all of those things. Because in the office, I use a lot more specific things like homeopathic remedies. This is just an example. These are homeopathic remedies, and they're actually drops. And they help to detoxify specific tissues, specific glands and organs, and also specific toxins, like I may do a homeopathic drop for metal detoxification. However, what I'm going to be talking about today is more generalized. It's something that everybody can do. It's something that I recommend everybody does at least once a year. Twice a year would be even better. And, the systems that I've kind of used for years and years are very nutritional. So they help to fill in the gaps and give your body what it needs to do the work. Okay. So first of all, who needs to detox? Well, that would just about be everybody. There are some signs and symptoms that are related to the fact that your body may be struggling, may be holding on to too many toxins. And I'm going to go through some of those, some of the different areas where you may feel symptoms, just so you can say, yeah, she might be talking to me. Well, of course, digestion is a huge one. Anybody having digestive symptoms, gas, bloating, heartburn, feeling of fullness, nausea, vomiting, all of these things, this can all be a sign that you need detoxification because many of the areas of your body that actually help with detoxification are directly part of your digestive system, like your liver and gallbladder. So those are some things. If I didn't say constipation, that's a huge one. Got to get things moving. One that you might not think about is your ears, itchy ears, earaches, ear drainage, chronic ear infections, emotions, mood swings, feelings of just being down, anger, anxiousness, all of those things. Energy, having fatigue, being fatigued, not feeling like you have the adequate energy. And I've gotten such great feedback on people who are doing some of these cleanses and how their energy just improves so fast and so drastically. And I tell people sometimes you don't know how good things can be until they're better. You might come in thinking that you're okay. And then once it gets better, you're like, whoa, I didn't know it could be like this. Your head, headaches, faintness, dizziness, pressure in your head, lungs, chest congestion, things like wheezing, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, chronic coughs, watery, itchy eyes. There's so many things, sinus issues, allergies. Sometimes you have more allergies because your body is congested and your immune system already has so much work that it has a hard time adding the additional work of detoxifying and dealing with these things that keep coming in. Skin, acne, hives, flushing, rashes, hair loss. Weight. So guess where these toxins are stored? They're stored in fat. Our body uses fat and fluid to basically dilute these toxins. So when you have too many toxins in your body, you're not regularly detoxifying, you're going to tend to put on more weight because your body is trying to wall these things off and stick them somewhere. And that's what it does. And it does a great job of that to keep you alive, but you might not necessarily like the outcome of it. Joints, joint pain, aches, stiffness. So those are just some of the signs. I mean, this list is long. I actually have I'll attach it to that email if I can find a PDF. But I have a survey that you can fill out. It's just a toxicity questionnaire that helps you to realize, whether or not and to what degree you might need to detoxify. So the reason why we're so toxic is because we are being inundated on all sides with chemicals. And so many of these Thriving Thursdays have revolved around ways that we can make our homes and our environments and our body products more natural so that we're not constantly being exposed to so many chemicals. There's 180,000 chemicals registered in the U.S. That's so many chemicals. 800 million pounds of herbicides are used each and every year. When you think about these numbers, this is so much. And it's interesting with the herbicides because when I do scans on myself energetically, I always show herbicides and pesticides. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to eat organic, but there's just so much in our environment. 167 industrial chemicals are found in adults with no employment-related exposure. So even people that are not working around chemicals are being found just full of chemicals. So where are they coming from? Air and water pollution. They're coming from pesticides and insecticides, preservatives and additives, especially in our foods. So much of that. Certain household cleaning products. Basically all the commercial cleaning products that you find in the cleaning aisle of the grocery store. The one that you kind of need a gas mask to walk down that aisle. All of those smelly things are chemicals. All of those are chemicals. And it's just, oh my goodness. I talk about that. Cigarette smoke, dyes and paints. Of course, food dyes. Personal care products. That's another big one. A couple weeks ago, we talked about how toxic the little wallflowers are. And, it's just amazing. Heavy metals and the air and all of these chemtrails they're spraying. We're just getting it from all sides. And so we have to be vigilant. We have to make sure our body has what it needs to detoxify. Now, a lot of people, what's really interesting is that a lot of people will go and, they'll get some senna tea or something like that and think that they are detoxifying because they're using the bathroom. Well, elimination is actually the third step in detoxification. There's 2 steps that come before that, which is why I love nutritional detox. The first step is unlocking. These toxins are stored in our fats, they're stored in our muscles, they're stored in our tissues. And so we've got to give the body the nutrients that activates the enzymes that unlocks them. Okay. So once they get unlocked, phase 2 is neutralizing. They have to be converted. A lot of these are fat soluble and they don't pass very well. So they have to be converted into water soluble so that we can get rid of them. And so there are some specific nutrients that are needed for that to happen. That happens in the liver, and there's some very specific nutrients that are needed for that, which is why I love these 2 cleanses that I'm about to talk about first, because they are so high in these nutrients and they really, really, really help the body to unlock and neutralize so that you can eliminate. All right. So the first one I'm going to talk about is called the SP Detox Balance. Now, SP Detox Balance is actually probably the easiest of these in terms of the fact that you don't have to swallow any pills. My favorite and most powerful detoxification is phenomenal, but if you can't swallow pills, it's not the one for you. So that's why I say there's a lot of different options. So this is the SP Detox and Balance from Standard Process. They've been around since 1929. They kind of know what they're doing. Standard Process is a company that does all whole food supplements. I've been out to their organic farm out in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, like literally in the middle of nowhere. And it's so funny because you have 2 cities that you can fly into because they're in the middle of nowhere. So you have to pick one of these cities. And then it was a 2-hour drive to where we were actually staying. And then from there, it was another hour drive to the farm. It's literally in the middle of nowhere, but it is pristine. It's organic. It's beautiful. So with this cleanse involved, and I'm actually I was using the book that comes with the cleanse as a little guideline, but you get this booklet, the SP Detox Balance program. So it's going to give you all that background information I was just talking about. And then basically with this one, everything that your body needs, all of those nutrients, all those vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients and all of that are in here. This is actually a meal replacement, so it's got your protein. This one is a vegan protein. It comes in a plain flavor, which I have not tasted yet because the last time I tasted it, I had chai, and chai was the only flavor. And I don't particularly like chai, but it comes in a chai, and it comes in a just plain flavor. It is slightly sweetened with monk fruit, so I don't know what it tastes like. However, with these, you kind of build them up. You add some stuff. There's recipes in the book of ways that you can make your shakes, but this one has all the nutrients in here. And when you read this label, it's just a whole lot of good stuff that you kind of know is good for you, but you don't eat it. And so, with this particular cleanse, you're just going to drink several of these shakes a day. This comes in a 10-day format, and it comes in a 28-day format. And so the way that it works is that they kind of ramp you up. You start off with 1 shake a day, you go up to 2, you go up to 3, and then you ramp back down. So whichever one you choose comes with however many of these you need to get through the time. It's just 1 for the 10-day. I think you get 2 or 3 for that. I think you get 3 for the 28-day. So that's a phenomenal option. Now, you're also going to get this booklet, and you can see this booklet is kind of thick. I mean, it's really, really nice. It's going to give you all your guidelines, how many shakes a day to take, but then it's also going to give you a shopping list, because the goal is not just to take supplements, but to teach you how to eat better. And so it cleans up your diet completely. Out with the bundt cake, definitely out with the bundt cake. Out with all the sugars, the additives, the processed foods, junk foods. It's not going to be a whole lot of eating out. It's going to be mainly very clean fruits, vegetables, clean meats, healthy grains. You can only have 1 serving of grain a day. So they give you brown rice, things like that you can choose from. But it's very low in the grains and just high in the nutritious foods. So there's guidelines for that. They even give you some things to look for and teach you how to read labels, which I love. So in here, it's going to show you a label, a food label, how to read it, what to look for, what to look out for, MSG and trans fat and artificial sweeteners, artificial colors, flavors, all of those things. So there are meal recipes in here, healthy meals. I'm the one that I'd rather drink 3 shakes a day than be in the kitchen for a long time. I'm just, but some people love it. And these recipes look amazing. I've had some feedback that people have tried some of these and they said they were really, really good. And then what I like about this book is that in the back of the book, kale guacamole, that sounds good. In the back of the book, there is a chart. There is a little, journal is the word I'm looking for. There's a little journal where you're going to check off your shakes. It tells you how many shakes a day you need. So whether you're supposed to take 1 that day, whether you're supposed to take 3 that day, you check them off. It's going to show you how much protein you're getting from your shake, so you can add your additional protein and make sure you're getting enough for the day. Of course, they tell you, how much you need based on your weight. There's check boxes to make sure you drink your water and make sure you got your exercise, because movement is key. Movement also helps to unlock some of those toxins. Sweating is another way that the body detoxifies, and so that's really, really important. And then there's a little chart. How do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? How do you feel? So I always, especially when I'm fasting, I always keep a journal of how I'm feeling, and I can see exactly what's affecting me, what hours are the witching hours, when things start to kick in. And then I'll know, okay, it usually kicks in at 18 hours, and about an hour later I'm feeling great again. So once you realize what's to come and what affects you, you can kind of get over it easier. So that is the SP Balance Detox program. No, I'm sorry, SP Detox Balance program. I love that one. That one is for the 10-day, it is $84.50. And for the 21-day, it is $253. So remember, with the 21-day, you get 3 of these. Okay, so let's put this one to the side. I have so much stuff. I hope I don't start dropping stuff. So the next one is the Mack Daddy. It's like I'm all in, and you're about to put in some serious work. This was the original cleanse that Standard Process had. We go way, way, way back with this one. A lot of offices will do challenges around this, et cetera, et cetera. But this is very similar. Now, the one I just showed you is the newer one where they took so many of these nutrients and just put them in the shake because some people didn't want to swallow all the pills. This one comes with a similar powder, SP Complete, but it's more basic. So in addition to the SP Complete, you do SP Green Food, which is a capsule. It's a high dose capsule. So like I said, you know, if pills are an issue for you, but it's got stuff like organic Brussels sprouts and organic kale and dried barley grass juice and dried alfalfa, and I've actually tasted the alfalfa straight off the line. It's so good. Oh my goodness. So anyway, it's got a lot of greens in there. And then you have the SP Cleanse, which has some of those more specific nutrients that are going to help your liver with that phase 2 detoxification. You know, things like the juniper berry. Oh, juniper berry is so good. And red clover and all of these herbs. I'm not going to go through them all. And then you have the gastrofiber. Now this one has options. You can have gastrofiber, which is a capsule, or you can have what's called whole food fiber, which is a powder, and that also gets added to your shake. So you can choose. So this one comes with options. You can choose, but you're always going to get your SP Cleanse, 2 of the SP Complete containers, which is your powder. This one comes in different versions. You can get the plain, which is a whey protein. You can get the plant-based protein. You can get chocolate, you can get vanilla. There's a lot of different options. I always like the plains because there's so many recipes and so many ways you can make it. I love chocolate, so some days I'll like to make a chocolate shake and add my cacao, and some days I like to have a fruity shake. So I always like the plain, but there's a lot of different options. So this one is a 28-day. It also comes with a booklet. And this one, I have to thank Miss Stacy Liddy. She just went online and did a whole review. She's on the Purification right now. She just did a whole unsolicited review because she wanted to share her experiences and she wanted to help other people know, you know, what it was about. So that's on my Facebook page if you want to see a full review of this cleanse. But again, they help you to determine your toxic load, talk about how it supports the liver, the kidneys, the small intestine, the large intestine, and what you're going to do with this one is for the first 10 days, you are on a plant-based diet. It is all fruits and veggies. They give you all the different recipes. They give you recommendations. They give you food lists, you know, grocery lists and things like that. And then there's a regimen with these supplements. And again, this one is capsule intensive, but it is very, very powerful. So after those first 10 days, then you're going to add your healthy meats back into your diet. So on this one, again, you're going to get your journal. You're going to have a space where you can write your breakfast, lunch, dinner, other, checkbox for your supplements, checkboxes for your water, your exercise, how you're doing, and notes. So very, very thorough, great programs. Again, you're also going to get recipes with this one. And you're just going to feel so much better. I tell you, when people really get in there and detoxify their body and get all that junk out of the way and your body can function properly, it is amazing how much better you actually feel. So that is the Standard Process 21-Day Purification Program. And that one ranges, there's different prices. There's a lot of different prices based on which which protein and which fiber you get. But that one ranges between $243 and $262. Okay, so those are the two biggest ones. Now, one of my favorites, one of my absolute favorites, I do this twice a year, is, and I don't actually have one. I've got them in my office, but I'm not in my office right now, so I don't actually have it. But this is the Optimal Health Systems Half-Day Organ Cleanse. I don't know if anybody has ever done this one. Now, I have to say, with those first two, you are detoxifying your body, purifying your body over time, and it's not going to cause you to run to the restroom. Just so you know that. I know somebody's wondering, am I going to be? No, you're not. It's just giving your body all the nutrients to unlock these toxins so that you can pass them naturally throughout your day for 10 to 28 days. This cleanse that I'm talking about right here, this half-day cleanse, this is, okay, we about to get in here with the Roto-Rooter and make it happen in a day. That's why it's called a half-day cleanse. It's actually a 5-day program. However, this is more like a traditional naturopathic liver gallbladder flush, okay? If you've ever heard of a saltwater flush with the colon, that's included too. So this one, you're going to start on an afternoon. You're going to eat a healthy lunch without a lot of fat, just some, nice salad or something like that. Then you're going to start taking the supplements that evening. By the next morning, now that night, you are going to do the traditional liver gallbladder flush, which involves some olive oil and some grapefruit juice. And then that next morning, you will have a liquid bowel movement for about a half a day, which is why it's called the half day cleanse. Now, what it's doing is it's actually softening your bile, opening up the valves in your liver, causing your liver to contract and push out all the sludge. So you are going to see possibly little green pea looking things, which are actually stones that you might not have even known you had. This program has saved a lot of gallbladders, let me just tell you. But it's very powerful. Completely cleanses your colon. Then you do have 5 days worth of supplements that replenish your body. That's going to give you fruit and veggie powders. It's going to give you liver support, kidney support. It's going to give you GI support for the healing of your gut lining. It's going to give you probiotics and digestive enzymes and energy support and muscle support. So there's a lot to it, but it's in a shorter time frame. This one is like, real fast. So this one's been used a lot by athletes and people who just want to do a quick cleanse a couple times a year just to make sure everything is functioning and the energy levels stay high. So that's the half day organ cleanse from Optimal Health. And then we have the kind of intro. This one's kind of an intro program where you're needing to make some dietary and lifestyle changes, but you may not be at a point where you can just go all the way. Like you just can't go completely off sugar. You may be having a lot of cravings. You may be having a lot of mood changes and bloating and gas and digestive issues. So this one is called the 21-day Blitz Challenge. I've also had great success with this program. This program is designed to fix the probiotics, fix the healthy flora in your system. So it is something where we're going to give you some dietary guidelines. There's a booklet that comes with it that explains exactly what each thing is about, exactly what each recommendation is about, what it's for. So it's pretty easy. The rules are a little bit on the light side. That's why I said this one is lightweight in terms of the rules, but it's powerful. It's so powerful. So sometimes you have to take things on a gradient, and I'm all for gradients. I tell people every single day in my office, this is not all or nothing. Every step you make in the right direction is a step in the right direction. And every little change you make towards better health is going to be beneficial. So with this one, it's simply no carbonated beverages, no white flour products, limit your sugar to 50 grams a day, which is pretty liberal. No fried foods, eat as many raw foods as possible, exercise on a regular basis, supplement with the needed nutrients, and then other lifestyle changes that you need to improve, such as cutting caffeine. That's it. And there's a booklet, there's a checklist so that you can check it off and make sure you've done everything and keep yourself accountable. And it's very easy. It involves 2 products. One is Digestion, which is my favorite number 1 digestive enzyme on the planet. This product has helped so many people that have had, digestive issues for years, where they've had all these tests and they couldn't figure out what was going on. This helps your body to fully break your foods all the way down so that not only are you extracting your nutrients out, but you're also not having immune reactions to your food. So it helps on so many levels. That's all you have to do is take Digestion with your meals and take your high dose probiotics twice a day for the first 9 days, and then once a day for the remainder of the 21 days. That's it. It's so easy. Make these small lifestyle changes. Now, the reason why we're making these lifestyle changes while we're blitzing the body with probiotics is that we are actually reprogramming those healthy bacteria so that you actually start to crave healthier foods. So this program helps people tremendously that have major sugar cravings and helps to get them back on track so that when they make the next decision, they can actually stick to it. So many people will make a decision, come up with a plan, and then fail because their unhealthy bacteria in their body is craving and causing them to crave, and the yeast is craving, and then they fail. Then they feel bad about themselves. Well, this is the program that helps to rewrite that script, okay? So that's the 21-day Blitz Challenge. And then we have the soft cleanse. Now, the soft cleanse is like the baby cleanse. You're not really going to make a lot of lifestyle changes. And it's okay. It's okay. But with the soft cleanse, and this is mine. These are my own personal supplements that I keep. But the soft cleanse, I actually take a couple of these a week, especially depending on what I'm doing, what I'm eating, if I'm traveling. The soft cleanse is just a very good generalized support. So this is not going to cause you running to the bathroom or anything like that. This is just going to be over time. We want to support the liver. We want to support the kidneys. We want to get those probiotics in there. So this is over time. These little packets are very convenient. If you're doing this protocol like straight through, you take 2 packets a day. You take 1 packet in the morning, 1 packet at night. And this involves OptiGI, which is for your, your gut healing and everything. It also helps with bowel regularity, flora, and liver and kidney. That's it. So I keep those around here, especially around the holidays. If I'm doing wrong, and I know it, then I take those. So those are the different options. See, I did good. I can't see the time, but I did good. I can tell it hasn't been that long. Thank you for joining me live, everybody. Thank you for joining me live. I have to give an honorable mention to my Detox Tea. I do love Detox Tea. I do drink Detox Tea. However, I don't drink Senna tea. I don't like Senna. Senna is just a laxative. It's just going to stimulate your bowel. I drink a more holistic herbal tea. So it's got 9 different herbs in it, and I do like that. So I may drink that. I don't always have it ready in the house. But when I make it up, it makes a gallon, and I might drink that, a couple of days out of the week, just because, you heard me say we're just being bombarded with chemicals. And so what you may not realize is that not only do these chemicals make you fat, but they cause damage in your body, and that damage causes premature aging. And so people always say, you look so young. What are you doing? Well, one of the things I'm doing is keeping my body clean and giving my body the nutrients to heal that damage that's being done by all of these toxins. So that's pretty much it. And that's all. Yes, ma'am. It is the IASO tea. Yes, it is. Okay. I think that's it. So thank you for joining me, everybody. Yes. So just reminder, if you jumped on a little bit late, I'll put these all together on an email and send it out later on in the week. So if you're not on my email list, you can go to drjeneenridgeway.com, sign up for my email list. If you would like information on my protocols and programs, local or remotely, there's a contact sheet at the bottom of that website as well. Okay, thanks for joining me, everybody. See you. No, I will not see you next week. I'm telling you in advance, don't give me any trouble. I will be at a conference next week. Super excited about that conference. It starts really, really early in the morning, and I will be in a completely different time zone. So I will not see you next week. Next week, I want you to go back and catch up. All of these videos are stored on my pages. So go back, check out a video that you have not seen, and please share. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.